welcome back.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year 2020. I don't know why it's 8 days in and we're still saying it. Like 7 days in. Well, 8 days by the time they hear it in the future.
Oh,
for
right.
now.
You're right.
Time stone. And yeah.
Time stone.
Hope you had a nice and safe New Year. And you already know what it is. Yeah, our guys are back for episode 39.
Wow.
Episode 39, guys.
We about to hit 4.0 turbo? That's crazy.
I don't know if you're referring to a car or...
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. All I know is
turbo. That's already the name of the next. That's already the name of the next
New
one.
Yorkers just say things just to see if it'll stick. Like,
I mean, all I know is 4.0 turbo coming through.
What episode is this?
This is 39.
This is 3.9.
No.
3.9 turbo?
3.9 milliliter.
Yo, they're gonna think this is the smacked episode. But guys,
we're not doing a smacked episode.
All right, guys, what's going on?
I'm not.
Hashtag release the smack cut.
Yikes.
You guys might never get that, but what's good, y'all? Is the Brown Steve Jobs mixed with Steve Austin, a.k.a. your host, Norin Rad, a.k.a. Ozymandias, is here, joined on HD clear airwaves by the Costoso from the Lost Borough, Clown Prince, and all the way from...
Oh, where am I from? I always forget about this until
New year, new city.
Yeah. This
all the way.
This episode is every fucking podcast. New week, new city.
Hailing from Hackensack, New Jersey.
Woo! We're gonna run out of places eventually. When that happens, what are you gonna do?
No, we're not. New Jersey has many municipalities. So all the way from Hackensack, New Jersey.
But eventually.
The senior DC correspondent, CEO of TD Bank, and the president of stats for the Boston Celtics. Zoom. What is good, my guys? You are chilling with villains.
Man. Yes.
First podcast of the new year.
Magneto couldn't join us because it's already 7 days in, and he's doing 90 hours of overtime.
Yo.
Actually, 7 days is 96 hours, I think. So he's only had 6 hours of sleep, I guess.
Right. Yeah, totally.
That's why he's not joining it.
Yeah.
This, like, his 6 hours started like an hour ago. Of sleep.
Yeah, word.
And shout out to our guy, Real World of Flash. My guy, he'll be joining us for a podcast soon. And
yeah, we got the second half of Crisis on Infinite Earths coming up that he'll be joining us for.
Oh boy,
in a couple weeks. Yeah, I'm gonna have a blast. I can't wait for that. I don't mean that in a hating sort of sense, but like we had a great convo. Like, no,
nah, he don't. I know what he means.
I know. I'm joking.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Yeah, and yeah.
Speaking of fun,
yeah. Shout out to our listeners. Thank you guys for still tuning in the new year.
Yes,
let's keep it going. And yeah, and also this episode is completely 100% produced by Clown Prince. He's running point this episode.
Yeah, he has a whole docket and shit. He's good.
Yo, I just remembered I have something to do, so y'all could take it away. Yeah, I'll holler at y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
JK, we gonna start this bitch with New Mutants. Yo,
oh god!
Finally.
Did you watch the trailer?
I did watch the trailer.
What you think?
Okay.
Honestly,
am I crazy about it? No.
Yeah, exactly.
Will I still go to the theater to watch it?
Probably. Yeah.
But so for those that don't know,
it has potential, I think.
This movie was supposed to come out when? 2 years ago? Or yeah,
oh
well,
my God. Has it really been that long?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
I think it was supposed to come out the same year.
Oh yeah, the first The first trailer, yeah, it was. You're right. The first trailer came out in
Uh,
2017. Then, oh
yeah, I
my
will tell y'all
god,
right now what day. I'll tell y'all the date that the first trailer dropped. I remember seeing that shit, and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" I was like, "Hell
yeah,
yeah!"
I was kind of
I
hyped.
was
Yeah, I was
so
like,
hyped for
oh
this shit.
shit. I
I
was like,
was like,
horror movie. This could be
"Yeah."
a. I think I even remember. I remember saying like this could be a new genre, like a new whole like a. This could kind of break ground. Like
And then DC said, "Fuck your genre plans, bitch."
not,
DC.
well, not
I
DC.
mean, oh,
Nope.
sorry, Disney.
Oh yeah,
My
Ugh.
bad.
yeah,
That's my neck. That's my neck.
That's
Um,
yeah.
first neck of the new year.
that's my neck.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit
What?
came out 2 years ago. That
Dude,
shit came
Yeah,
that's
out. Hold on, I'll
that
tell
embarrassing.
was
y'all right now.
That's embarrassing.
yeah.
This is a
October
PR nightmare.
13th. October
Yeah.
13th of
Shout out
two,
to Disney.
October 13th of 2017 is when the first teaser trailer came out. And we
I was
still waiting.
yeah. Well, now we're not. Oh, we're still waiting for the
Yeah,
movie, but
it will apparently finally be released April 3rd of this year. So
I think they're gonna actually do it this time.
yeah, I think so too. The director confirmed that it is his original version, that Disney did not touch it.
Isn't it a
Do I believe?
shame that they have to fucking confirm this shit? Like this should never this shouldn't be like a new thing now where directors like it's my cut. Don't
Where
worry,
it is,
guys.
right? That is
Like
so funny.
That's a
that's
great
So
so
we're
conversation
gonna.
to have.
that should never
It
have
is.
this should never be the case. It should never be the case. If you hire the fucking director, let them do their freaking job. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Right. And now every director needs to go out and say, "Yeah, this was my cut." And
Yeah,
we'll
exactly.
touch base on
And
that
now
later when we talk
and they
about
could be
Rise of
lying. They could
Skywalker.
be lying too.
Yeah, of course. The studios can just be like, "Yo, just say this was yours. We'll pay you double, whatever."
Word.
He'll be like,
Although
he or she'll be like, "Fuck it, yeah." Like,
I like it.
I'll
Yeah, this is
take
my
it.
shit. This is my shit.
But
Whatever.
okay, cool. So
Niggas got
we're
bills.
we're
Yeah,
finally getting
word.
it. So technically, this will be the first Disney Marvel movie that's dropping with like from Fox characters.
Yeah.
If we're speaking technically. So yeah, guys, what's up? Mark, you said you'll still go and watch it. Ariel, you probably didn't see the trailer, but what are your thoughts kind of going into it?
Wait, you want me to go first?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's you.
Uh, I honestly don't know what to think. Like
Watch the trailer, dude. You'll be
I
fine.
no.
You'll be all right.
I
I'm
still.
I'm gonna say it like this. For me, at least. So Ariel, I'll give you some time to think. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's cool.
The cast members are great. I've seen most of them in other things. You know, they got the guy from Stranger Things.
I've
They
only seen
got
two of them. I feel like Maisie and that guy.
yeah, Maisie from Game of Thrones. I forgot where I saw the like the therapist. I remember watching or something else. It's rated PG-13, confirmed by the director, which he said that was it the whole time, which I know is bullshit. Like that shit was really supposed to be rated R.
It was.
Yeah,
Uh,
the first I hadn't even watched the first trailer then to compare it to this one, but like I don't know, it just felt a little different watching this one because it was like I would never watching that. And I'd be like, yo, that shit is dark as fuck.
yeah,
Like
it looked
it looked
real
like
dark.
it looked super scary. Like I was like not super scary. It looked creepy. Like I was like, okay, I kind of fuck with it. I fuck with the vibes. The vibes.
Oh man. But yeah, so I'm excited. Not to the point where I'm like, yeah, like I can't wait for this. It's more like,
Yeah,
okay,
word.
I'll go see what it's about. Um, I'm gonna I'm not even gonna say that I'm gonna count on ratings, critics ratings, or what people say because I've been proven wrong by movies plenty of times where people hate the shit and I go and watch it and I'm like, wow, they are absolutely bugging. I love this.
BVS. Yeah.
And even most recent, Rise of Skywalker. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna pay I'm gonna pay for my movie ticket. We'll probably all see it together, or we'll see it on the same weekend. And yes, we'll drop a podcast on it because fuck it, why not? More content.
Well, that's exactly why. That was gonna be the main point, and I'm glad you mentioned that because that's really solely why I want to check it out because it's not another flavor of the week for me per se. I don't feel fatigued by all this stuff. I
Hmm.
just hope that I'm not like in terms of expectations for now on. I just want it to be good. I have
Yeah, I think. Sorry to cut you off
no. It's
again.
fine. Go ahead.
Go. Um,
Is us still reacting?
I think the first. I think because I'm sitting here thinking about the first trailer. I think the reason why that hit me so hard is just because it was such a in 2017 that was a refreshing trailer for a superhero movie or not superhero, but like a like
Comic
a
book based movie.
comic book. Well, yeah, exactly. Like it was very refreshing. Like you didn't see I didn't see any of those things where it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's another thing, whatever. Like you don't really know who's like the bad guy per se. Like you can maybe make the assumption that it's like that the I guess like the nurse or something, whoever that chick is.
Yeah.
Right.
But even then, you can't really assume that it's her though. They really don't give you that much information.
Hmm.
You, you didn't even see their powers for the most part in the first one,
Right.
to my
They
recollection.
barely spoiled anything. They just gave you.
Exactly.
They
And even
mentioned
in
two
this one,
things. They mentioned two things that I think caught people's attention. Well, at least caught mine and probably yours as well, Mark. They said mutants and they said horror, and you're like, I'm in. Take my
yeah,
money.
literally, I was like, I'm in.
Because we're all for X-Men and it's a horror like sort of X-Men
Yeah,
film. Which
and it's a new genre kind of for them to explore, like
yeah,
which
and
I was totally down with.
if the Fox and Disney move never happened,
We
I
we
think
would have got it.
I
We
think
would have got it a lot.
I remember Ariel, you pointed this out in one of the latest podcasts we did earlier, where Fox was just trying to drop all this shit, like we're gonna do this, and this, and Disney's like, no, 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 no,
Nah, that's not.
that's not what's
That's
gonna happen.
no. What happened was is that I think that they knew that Fox knew that this Disney deal was gonna go like it was actually gonna go through.
Hmm.
So I think in spite of that, I don't know if they did it spitefully. I don't know their intentions. I just feel like they just rushed the production of said films, Dark Phoenix, New Mutants, the Gambit film that never happened, that never left the ground, and another project.
No, right, but yeah, they announced a couple of other projects, and
Yeah.
in my head, I'm just like, this isn't gonna happen. Like they're just not gonna do these movies. Like a Kitty Pride movie. That's one other one I remember them
All right.
mentioning they were gonna do. I'm like, oh, like really, really?
I don't know. I just don't think that um I just don't think that it's like worth it to like even rush a project out like that because whether or not Disney bought it solely that's out of the picture. Like I don't even care that Disney like bought Fox and all that. Like is the movie good? That's all I care about. Because then
And
we'll pick it apart when we speak about it together, but like as of right now from the looks of it, it's been pretty um pretty tedious the production of this,
yeah,
especially
I'm
since they had to do reshoots, right?
yes, but again, like the director said, he said that this Josh Boone, that's his name. Like he said, this is his original cut. So, all right, cool. It's your original cut. It has a release date. Why they still went through with it, we don't know. We don't care. Let's hope it's good, like you said.
Yeah, because like dude, I just hope it's good, man. That's all. Like as long as it's good, I'm
I hope
fine
it's
with it.
good.
I'm fine with it.
Right.
That goes for everything that's coming out this year, comic book
S-
wise. Like
Speaking
as long as it's good.
speaking of things we hope are good, Matt Reeves the Batman. This shit has started filming. It has begun filming in the UK, and Colin Farrell will officially be playing the Penguin. Matt Reeves officially confirmed it this week on Twitter, like he always does. I love the way Matt Reeves announces his castings. He just puts a tweet of he puts a tweet of the gif of a gif of the actor actress and just puts the bat symbol, like the bat emoji,
Yeah.
and he'll write a little something like, I remember with Colin, he had wrote like, "Oh, hello, Mr. Hashtag Oz," obviously Oswald Cobblepot. I just remembered too that Colin Farrell, I saw the Nicecast had posted that he was in Horrible Bosses, and I fucking love that movie. B, Colin Farrell was hilarious in that movie.
Yeah, he
So
was.
I was just like, wow, I didn't really recall any movie that I remember
Really?
him in. Yeah, I like what?
Not, no, I mean, I was gonna let you finish. No, keep going.
No, yeah, I just I mean, obviously, if I go through his filmography, I'll notice one or two that I've watched him in. But like I said, I completely forgot he was in Horrible Boss. I was like, wow, like, and he was great. So he's confirmed to be the Penguin. This cast is a very, very good cast, in my opinion. We got the likes of Robert Pattinson, who I've heard nothing but great things about in The Lighthouse, which I still need to watch. He is in Christopher Nolan's Tenet movie, which looks completely badass.
And Christopher Nolan don't just cast anybody either.
Exactly. Christopher Nolan does not just cast you to cast you. Like he has a purpose for you in his movies. Um we have Zoe Kravitz, we have Andy Serkis. Like, come on, dude. We have Jeffrey Wright. We got an all-star cast here, low key. And so they have started shooting. So I am going to say within the next few weeks, in the next few months, we're obviously going to get set photos. You guys could be on the lookout for that. We'll obviously post on our stories. Won't really make a whole post about it, like Instagram posts, because they're low quality photos that people take. But I can't wait for the first official look at either him in the bat suit or just a really nice picture or clip, that Matt Reeves can share for us, or the studio. But yeah, guys, what do you guys make of that? They started shooting. A lot of people were sort of complaining, or not complaining, but there was rumors floating that, oh, Robert is having a hard time putting on weight, and they were actually weren't supposed to start this early, and they actually started earlier than they were supposed to, which is a good sign in many ways.
Yep.
So what do you guys make of that?
Well, number one, if any like now the nitpicking starts already. He's having trouble putting on weight. Yo, fuck off, guys. Like, for real. Like, come on, man. Who cares?
No, because now they're all expecting. Oh, he has to be Ben.
Yeah,
So
like,
they're expecting Frank Miller.
listen, Ben Affleck
But
cannot help it. He is a 6'4" giant dude. All right, like,
yeah, and he got fucking jacked for fucking uh BVS, like for his role, like in as Batman. Like, but like you can't use that to compare Robert Pattinson.
Right.
It's like
come on, guys.
it's obvious that he's going to be more of like a like
A leaner
A
Batman.
Bale or a Keaton, even like Val Kilmer or George Clooney. Like, these guys were not crazy big.
Exactly.
in the in all the animated movies recently, like Son of Batman and that stuff. That's what he's going to look like. He's going to be kind of like lean and like very fucking like I guess chiseled, but like, it's not going to be like fucking like massive.
Right.
Go ahead, Ariel. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that also great points. And also, like I said this when I think the last time we spoke about Batman in general was,
Mhm.
I mean, at least in depth, was the Zoe episode where she got casted as Catwoman.
Right.
And I'm like, I think that Matt Reeves is very heavily being influenced by Christopher Nolan in terms of all-star casting, in terms of being heavily involved and pulling every string there is on this project, because not only do I like the casting choices? I like how he's rolling this out. I like the idea of marketing behind it because it's getting a lot of buzz like anytime it pops off.
Yeah.
And also there's a lot of pressure and a lot of eyes on the film and I don't feel an ounce of pressure felt by Matt Reeves. I think he's just not I think the only time this dude picks up a phone is to tweet out who he's casting and then he logs off. Like I don't think he's distracted. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah.
Cuz Christopher Nolan, if y'all don't know, he don't have a cell phone.
I believe it.
Like
That dude is a ghost on
on social
social
media.
media.
Like he does not have a cell phone. Like I don't know about his brother Jonathan or anything or his wife, but this dude is completely like he's not disconnected, but he's just off the grid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
These guys are, especially Matt Reeves. I feel like is getting his freedom with this. This is why I think he tried to make it work with Ben,
Yeah.
and clearly like what I guess Matt was really pushing on to Ben like what he wanted to do, and Ben is just like, you know what, this guy cracked the code to the script that I couldn't crack because Ben was having a really difficult time like getting it together, which is
Yeah.
again speculation. So
And
what else?
a lot of people mention going off of that on a little bit because very I've been leaning more towards Twitter than Instagram nowadays. Just because Instagram's algorithm is garbage. Yeah, shots fired at you, Instagram. Um, fix your shit, fix your
It's
damn
true.
shit. But yeah, no, on Twitter I always see people discussing things like this, and a lot of people are having this misconception that Matt was kind of pushing Ben off the project. That's not true at all. What had happened was, and Mark, I have to give Mark credit for this because he defended Ben Affleck till the very last day, and he said Zach came up with a vision. Ben was all for it. Warner Brothers completely destroyed the vision, and Ben was like, "I don't want any part of this anymore because that wasn't what I signed up for." And I remember at the time I was always like, "Oh, you should just stick around. Like, why does he have to leave? This and that." Because I was tight. I was butthurt because I love Ben as I love Batfleck. I absolutely love Batfleck. So when he said he was done, I was heartbroken. I was fucking torn, man. But a lot of people are getting it twisted that Matt pushed Ben out. That wasn't the case at all. Ben pushed Ben out. He was like, "Yo, Matt, this is all you because I don't want to be a part of what Warner Brothers has. Warner Brothers destroyed everything, pretty much. Shots fired at you, Warner Brothers, just like Instagram. Get your shit together." So that's not the case. So then Matt had to go and recast, which is a tedious job, you know. But nonetheless, like you said, Ariel, I feel like this guy is as cool as ever. um in terms of casting, in terms of just doing his job. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna kill this shit. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just
Exactly.
focus. I'm gonna just focus all my energy, all my good vibes on this movie because I'm sure he knows. I'm sure Robert knows. I'm sure the whole cast knows. This is a Batman movie. People are gonna go watch it regardless. So it's like they gotta show out and impress. And if they're thinking of doing a trilogy, they know what they're competing against. Probably the greatest trilogy of all time. So it's
It's
it's no
pressure.
it is, but like you said, I think and although he will take some inspiration from Christopher Nolan, he's gonna try and do his own thing with it. He's not just gonna be like, oh, let me try and do exactly what Christopher Nolan did. I'm gonna get my own spin on this and try to do what I want to do with it.
Because
So
we seen what he can do with like in terms of taking a franchise. Because look what he did with Planet of the Apes.
right,
Rupert White
and
did the first film, and then
mhm,
I knew
he did the
immediately it was
last
a
two, right?
completely different. What happened?
And then Matt Reeves went and did the
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 last
number
two.
2 and 3,
Yeah, he
right?
did.
Yeah.
He did Dawn and War.
I gotta rewatch those, man, because I wanna get a good representation of his directing.
Yeah.
And not only that though, he's directing and he's writing this shit. Like he
Yep.
wrote this shit. So
Again,
I'm
the
very excited to see.
pulling a Chris Nolan.
Yeah. So speaking of Batmans, Christian Bale reportedly in talks to join Thor: Love and Thunder, which will start filming in August in Australia.
Drop the
So
bomb for that.
I'm
You don't need to.
Nah, drop the
I
bomb.
I remember I wrote in the chat to y'all, right, that I wasn't crazy excited about that news, which um but here's another thing. Here's another thing. Taika Waititi, I have to give him credit. Although, like, first of all, if this guy strictly directed comedies, I would love every movie he ever made.
Yeah, he's
But
hilarious.
he did Thor Ragnarok, which I always tell you guys, I have a love hate relationship with. Love the comedy, love the film, but I hate it because it just kind of it was just too funny, and that kind of detracted from the story to me a little bit. But nonetheless, the fact that he was able to get Natalie Portman to come back to the MCU because she originally had said she was done with the MCU, and the fact that he can get Christian Bale to come in, and most likely his role will be a villain role, I'm assuming. The fact that he can get him means people want to work with this guy. And that says a lot about a director, in my opinion.
That's right.
So I have to give him props for that. Would I just want Christian Bale to just, not do any more superhero films? Of course, because he was the Batman. People know him for that role. And he's obviously great in every other role he does because he's just a great actor. But at the same time, we have Michael Keaton, who was the 1989 Batman, and he was in Homecoming. Although I give Homecoming a lot of heat because I did not like it, he was a great, great Vulture, and they did a great job of not downplaying his character. So the same could probably be done with Bale's character, whoever he may be.
I don't
All
have
right.
any issue with this at all. As long as the movie's good. Don't care. Like they could fucking cast Al Pacino. As long as the movie entertains me and has a good
Directed
enough
by Martin Scorsese.
you know what I'm saying? Like it's all this news is exciting for the sole fact that that Marvel and DC are actually getting some names in their banners, man.
But you know what? Since we're gonna talk about this for a little bit, Scorsese, hold my grip for a second, my guy. Hold my grip.
What the fuck is a grip?
It's a
My
gun.
dick.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought I thought you were talking about the gun, but I
Yeah, the pistol in my pants. Hold that, because
oh my god.
stop violating superhero movies, my guy. You're a great director. You're a great director. I get it. You were old head. That's not really your thing. Superhero movies aren't your thing. I get it. But like we're talking about right now, look at some of the actors that are in these movies. Ariel, like you just mentioned, these are grade A actors. These are not well, like these are Oscar nominating and Oscar
winning
award
actors.
winning actors. Like, people obviously they're doing it for a big fat check, but also they want to be a part of this universe. I think is awesome. Like, I get it. What's his name? Ricky Gervais made a comment like, oh, they don't have an award for jacking steroids and wearing like tight costumes, whatever. Cool, funny, haha. Still, the the most profitable movie of most profitable movie of all time is what? A superhero movie. So y'all just sound salty, to be honest. So like I said, y'all can hold this grip and watch. Martin one day is gonna direct a superhero movie.
Nah, but the thing that kills
If
me
that
about
ever
this,
happens, I hope nobody sees it.
the thing about that's
No, I'm just
crazy
kidding.
is that he was attached to the Joker when it was beginning production.
You think he's
Oh, for
you
real?
think he's sick?
He's so yeah, he's
I
probably
think he's
uptight.
salty. I think that's what happened. I think there might
Todd
have
Phillips
been
is laughing at him like you bum ass.
Todd was like, yeah, son, I hit 1 billion, and all I had was a dude dressed up like a clown and subways in the city. No CGI.
nah. There was CGI in the movie, but
I exaggerated,
oh
obviously.
Nah, but I think what happened was that something happened between Martin and Warner Brothers, and he left salty. So I think he's just gonna forever bash this,
But
or
it's
he's just the
okay.
get off my lawn old ass man that just creates the same
Get off
kind of
my
genre
lawn.
movie all the time, which is fine because I love some of them. You kidding me? Like
Right.
Goodfellas is one of my favorite movies ever. So is Casino. I still haven't seen The Irishman because you know why? Because no rush.
It's on
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix. I'm not in any rush to see it.
Nah, but if you go back and listen to when we talked about his comments on Marvel, you know, I low key defended him because I agree with it. It's a theme park, but I'm just getting upset at the fact that like, why is this still? Why are we still talking about this? Like, okay,
Yeah,
dude,
it's
we
getting
get it,
old. Like he's
we
not the
get
only
it.
person with this opinion in the
Right,
world.
right. It's like he
Like
is
who
the only one
cares?
with this hot take. Like, okay, Marty, we got it. But cool. You know why it's cool? Because congratulations, Joaquin Phoenix for Best Actor at the
Yeah.
Golden Globes.
Woo, what a segue. God damn.
But
Sorry.
when I see people tweeting, oh, you know, this person was robbed. No, no, they weren't. I'm so sorry, they weren't. Like,
Who tweeted that?
I don't know, like people. They would, I just saw like if you go onto the Golden Globes Twitter page or you go on like whatever news outlet Twitter page, people were saying, "Oh, like did he really? Yes, he really deserved it. Dude lost an extreme amount of weight for this role. Not even that, dude broke his ankle. I didn't know this. Did you guys know he broke his ankle when he was kicking that trash can?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, he did.
Just from how it sounded.
So like what? Like this dude was dedicated to this role and he absolutely killed it. He deserved it. He deserved it's not to say other people didn't deserve it. He just deserved it more. So don't come cry me a river. Boo, he didn't deserve it. Nah. Again, hold my grip. Also shout out because Joker did win best score. I am going to try and pronounce her name. And for those that didn't know, it is a she. The composer was a she. So congratulations to Hilder or Hildar uh, Gun Gunadattir. I am so sorry for butchering your name, but congratulations to you. I mean, that was an amazing score in my opinion. You just felt like fucking every scene, and I don't think scores get enough credit. I don't think you know what makes a scene is the score most of the times,
Yep. My
in my
best friend
opinion.
says we see with our ears.
Yeah, dude. And if it just doesn't have that right touch to it with the music, the scene is not as impactful as it will be. So, but shout out to Joker winning 2 Golden Globes. I don't think Irishman won anything, even though it was nominated 34 times. So again, Martin, you know, hold the grip. Well, okay. So WandaVision got pushed up to 2020. It originally was 2021. My excitement level for that increased by 0%. But supposedly there was audition tapes for a young boy, I believe it was. And it's supposedly supposed to be Wanda's and Vision's son, which I'm sure is in the comics. I'll try to find that right now. But nonetheless, from the audition tapes, they were recently deleted. It hinted at the return of a certain MCU character. We can all guess who that would be in a Wanda show. But you
Hawkeye.
know, yes, exactly. But so that got pushed up. Um, and we could talk more about the Marvel shows if we really want. I know we're not getting anything until the fall, right? I believe it is.
Yeah.
We were talking about this in the chat
Hmm.
that I don't know. I'm not expecting anything from them, especially like something like WandaVision. But the reason at the same time I am like obviously I have the streaming service. I'm gonna watch it. We're gonna talk about it. It's more content. I'm all for it. And another reason as well is because it's gonna directly tie into movies, and that's pretty exciting. I can
How
fuck
is the
with that.
show? I don't know how the show is gonna do that though.
I
Isn't it like a
heard. I
sitcom?
heard.
Multiverse of Madness, the Doctor Strange film.
Yes, I heard exactly. I heard it's directly tied to that.
I thought it
So
was like a sitcom or something.
it's yeah, it's set up that way. Again, we still don't have any trailers. We don't have anything, so we can't
They could
really.
also be trolling. I don't know. I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care. But on to more news of the MCU, Disney Plus. Moon Knight could be played by the Mandalorian himself, Pedro Pascal. That's a rumor, and
Lit.
also Daniel Radcliffe has been rumored, Mr. Harry Potter
Yeah,
himself.
baby.
I knew
Yeah, baby.
yeah,
Team
baby.
Radcliffe. Team Radcliffe all day.
What the hell?
I can agree with that because if I were Disney, I was like, you know what, Pedro, you already got Mando. Let's give someone else a chance at this
Nah,
shit.
double dip.
Word.
Fuck out of here. Double dip.
Double
Nah, no
dip.
double dip. I mean,
Double dip.
nah.
We double dipping.
What's wrong with
Uh,
that?
Nah, it's bad funny. Like, imagine people watching like both Mandalorian and then watch. They'll be like, "Hey, what the fuck? It's the same dude."
Oh please, same way you see like the same actors in different shows on Netflix. Whatever.
Nah, we're just joking. Obviously, like we know the difference. Us cursed with
Yeah.
knowledge, but yeah, I'm also Team Radcliffe. I honestly, I haven't seen him in anything else besides the only Harry Potter movie I watched, which was the first one.
All right, bro, get
Uh,
out of here, dude.
no. I got nothing
Oh
against Harry
my
Potter.
God.
I started the second one. I started the second movie the other day, but it was late night, so I had to pause it and go to sleep. But I am intrigued. I am intrigued. Okay.
Oh, all right.
All right.
This
I'm
dude
Alright.
is
very,
a
very excited about
Class
that.
A muggle, dude.
Class A, bro.
You're a muggle, dude. You've seen the first one?
Yo, hold my grip, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Hold my grip. How about
He's
that?
on my grip, bro.
Listen,
Hold
man.
my grip.
Moon Knight being even a thing, I'm already like that should be our satisfaction line. Like it should be like, look, it's being made. Shut the fuck up. Like if anybody has an issue with this even like happening, it's being made. This is something that 10, 12 years ago would not be a thing. So I'm just glad it's happening and I hope it's good. And whoever they cast, I'm sure like they made the right choice considering because I as far as I know, for lead characters, like hear me clear, lead characters, I don't think MC like Marvel Studios has dropped the ball really.
I can agree with that.
Lead characters, guys.
There hasn't been one lead character that I've been like, oh my god, like they're just not fit for this role.
Yeah,
That's absolutely true.
yeah. So
But speaking of MCU, still on the topic of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, apparently there's a rumor going around that Marvel Studios secretly got the rights back to the Hulk and Namor.
PK.
I don't know how they secretly just did that, but it's just a rumor. Nothing confirmed. But if they were to do, let's say, obviously we see the Hulk and Namor is rumored to be the villain for Black Panther 2. But if they have the rights to these characters, they can use them obviously whenever they want. Now, with that being said, would you guys want to see another Hulk film, or we are way past that?
I think we're way past that.
Hulk film. The Hulk should just. He shouldn't be retired. I just think that he has enough. He has enough of a history with everybody that's already existing on the big screen to be just like a side character role, like he was in Ragnarok.
Right.
And how I hope he'll be some sort of like he like to me I see him more being like that OG Avenger role. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just
like the OG scientists,
Exactly, like
and they're
the
like, "Hey, we need this." He's
exactly
like,
like the
"All right, I
old head
got
that
you."
just hangs around. Like, yo, like what y'all need?
Yeah, just as long as I don't see him dabbing anywhere anymore,
Oh
I'm
my
cool with
god,
that.
this dude is still.
I'm cool with
Get
that.
over
Am I
that.
still? I'm not gonna get over that, bro.
All right.
You are not
Yeah,
gonna make the
word.
Hulk
Get
dab.
get over the one of the strongest Avengers dabbing, bro. Get over that.
Be alright.
I think you'll be on my grip.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm joking. Um, but still on Disney, I wanna just say for those that thought Rise of Skywalker was gonna be a flop, jokes on you. This shit is projected to hit over a bill.
Hold that.
Hold that. Exactly. Hold that. Bro, I see Star Wars fans like this. They'll go watch the movie. They'll be like, wow, that shit stunk. I'm gonna go tweet about it and tell other people not to watch it. And then their friends are like, yo, come watch it with me. Okay. And they'll pay another movie ticket to go watch this shit. And give Disney and Star Wars the money. So,
It's
but
insane,
bro,
dude.
think about the year Disney just had. Captain Marvel over a bill. Avengers Endgame over 2 bill, almost 3 bill. Lion King over a bill. Aladdin over a bill. What else? Right,
Endgame.
right. I said that.
Oh, he did. All right.
Yeah. They had a couple of other things that hit a bill, and now Star Wars is about to hit a bill. That's crazy. You have probably 6 to 7 movies in a year hitting over a billion. Like, there's no one competing with you. There's no other studio even close to competing with you right now.
Sony.
Huh? Who? Speaking of
Who?
which,
Who?
speaking of which, this holiday season 2020 PS5, just to drop that. Y'all could talk about that more in y'all video games podcast. But
Coming soon, guys. By the way, coming
coming
soon.
soon. Coming
Yeah,
soon.
word.
Yo, y'all been saying that for the last like how many
I know.
podcasts? Coming soon, coming soon. Um, but so apparently there's also released the JJ cut going around.
Oh my god.
And I just want to say this in terms of that. Well, I want to say two things. Number one, can we just talk about that's the reason why Zack Snyder is the director of the decade? Because this release the blank cut movement started all because not because of him, but because of his fan base. And so now anything that that a director does that's not his cut, it's like release the blank cut. And now apparently there's a movie that JJ shot, a couple of scenes were cut off from it, yada yada yada. I personally don't see any issue with the movie. If Disney does want to drop a director's cut to it, so be it. I will watch it. Drop it on Disney Plus. You have every right to do so. But what do you guys think of it?
I think that guys, the world is on fucking fire. If you're outraged about a fucking director's cut, like we got the Snyder cut of
Yeah.
Watchmen. We got the fucking director's cut of a bunch of great movies that were great already. Like if it happens and we get it from JJ, lit. If we don't,
Lit.
like fine. I'm just trying to make it to the end of the year at least.
But here's my thing, because people could go and say, oh, so then why do you guys make such a big deal of release the Snyder cut? That's completely different.
Exactly.
Because nobody said they cut an hour and a half and did reshoots for this movie. All I really heard was that and the writer Chris Terrio, who's also the writer for Justice League, shared details about the Emperor's return, that there was more supposed to be more of a backstory towards that. They were going to explain a little more how that was possible, but they said that it could have detracted from the story itself. Fine, we didn't really need it. He was on the fucking tubes that were giving him life, whatever, cool. He was right in the beginning. I'm like, okay, let's go, turn up. That's it. I don't need more of an explanation. Turn up. Like, fuck it.
I mean, for
But
a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people need to like they need an explanation for like everything,
right.
and like that's obviously like a huge thing. But I mean, like it's kind of visually right there. there's those liquids are probably it's probably like their version of a fucking IV, and that's the literally the thing that's fucking keeping them alive.
Yeah, it's like
Like
they need Palpatine himself to say,
to be like they kept me alive by doing this.
No,
Like
that
it's like
yeah. Everybody wants
what if Kylo Ren's
exposition.
like,
Yeah,
motherfucker, I didn't even ask you.
"Word, I don't care."
like I really like that's the thing. Like
I can assume you got liquid or whatever coming out of your fucking back or
look,
whatever. We're good.
if you guys want like hand fed information,
Watch Marvel.
watch an MCU movie, watch a Michael Bay film, watch any Transformers film. Like if you want to
Literally.
be spoon fed information, all right? Like I don't
Get
understand.
over it.
Like it's fine, guys.
Like
And you know what? Just for that, I'm double dipping. Going again
What are
and
you
go
double
see
dipping?
Rise of Skywalker.
I do kind of want to go see that again. TBH.
Yeah,
Because
me
it was a
too.
lot of fun. Like it was really
It was fun, but it's like it's a long movie. It felt like I was not. It didn't feel like a long movie, but it was like I mean, it is a long movie, so I just have to find the time.
yeah.
Um,
I'm with it though.
what I wanted to say, I've seen a couple of comments on YouTube sections, where people say, "Oh, I still didn't watch the original trilogy, but I watched the new trilogy, and I loved it." And I'm kind of like, you know what? I see why you love it, because people that have seen the original trilogy, I think, try to connect the new trilogy too much to the events that happened there, that they
Yep.
don't pay attention to the new story that's going on.
Yeah, but still it's still a 42-year-old story. Like even yeah, they gave us new characters and new storylines to arc off.
Mhm.
But it's still based off of that. So like I guess there's almost no choice but to bring that up. That's always gonna come up in conversation.
See,
Like even with old
yeah,
heads like bringing that up, it's just there's always gonna be like, yeah, but the originals. All right, my guy. Yeah.
yeah, it's just funny because they're always like, oh my god, the Force, it never did this, it never did this,
Yeah, I've seen
and
that
then
going around a lot
and
lately.
then
People
and then it's
talking about,
like the Force healing, and
Oh my fucking god.
it's like, yo, like listen to this. How about this? On episode 7, you were like, oh my god, this is the same thing as fucking
episode
Hope.
one.
episode
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah
episode 4.
yeah I
four,
was yeah A New Hope. It's like, oh my god, like they didn't change anything. It feels like the same thing. Like, oh my god.
they
Then
change it.
they
They
change
still
it.
hate it.
They're like, wow, what the hell? They never did this before. This is what you fucking asked for. I mean, like, what do you want? Like, it's
Yo,
ridiculous to me how stupid they can be.
yo.
Like
My thing is
hypocritical.
this. My thing is this. Ray does force healing, right? Wow, what the hell? Like, why even do that? Baby
Baby
Yoda does
Yoda.
it. Whoa, that shit was
Oh,
fire.
yeah, like shut the fuck up, please,
Again, I just
please.
think it's just, and this like the way information works on this planet, I've realized is that
Whatever they say in the comment section is true,
exactly like people would just
which is
run
a
with it.
sad
And it's
fucking
the
thing.
internet. It's more the internet's fault
Yeah.
because society already has that without the internet, like a bunch of bullshit and stuff and negativity. So now that is it's completely accurate of the world. Like
No, but you know what it is? I've never seen internet posts that are just out, like posts as in like an Instagram post where like that account runner posts something where it's like um super negative. I I haven't seen anything where it's like this is like the worst fucking thing of all time. Like it's always in the comments that I see that wild shit where I'm like, did this person even
Because
watch the fucking movies?
to a
Like,
certain
what is this?
degree, page runners need to have a sort of a middle ground. Like we know that
Exactly.
we can't and we can't be like, oh, nobody go watch this movie. Like that's OD.
yeah,
Because
OD.
I don't
because
think I've ever said that in my review either. At least I hope so.
no, never.
Yeah,
Never.
Never.
Because as much as you might hate a movie, someone might absolutely love it. Bro,
yeah.
everyone has different opinions. Nothing I know we joke around all the time and say your opinion doesn't matter. and ours does. You know, it's just a little funny thing we do. But in reality, like it's okay for you to like something people don't like. It's okay. It really
Yeah,
is.
Yo,
I
Because
rip on
you
Marvel
know,
all the time, but if you like it, gets good on you. And I like Marvel too. I just, don't like it as much as other people.
and it's like,
that's fine.
you know how many people look at me like I'm crazy when I say that Batman vs Superman is one of my favorite movies, one of my
Yeah,
favorite comic
for
book
real.
movies of all time. Like
For
people
real.
are just they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I ain't stutter motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. But
It's a lot of
okay,
group
we
mentality, group thinking.
we went on this tangent, which I loved. But just the last thing on Star Wars, and shout out to Brian, shout out Magneto. He's the one that told us this, and then I saw a couple people posting about it. The next Star Wars movie is rumored to be set in the High Republic, and that is the era of 400 years before Rise of Skywalker. So I wish the Star Wars correspondent was here to elaborate more. He loves Star Wars, and I'm glad he does, because we kind of have, each person loves a certain thing very passionately, so we're able to expand more on that, of our topic that we like
Yeah,
the most. But no, like Ariel, like you always say, I'm I'm excited for whatever Star Wars content is about to come out, because they wrapped up a story. They wrapped up this 30 to 40 year story of Skywalker's. Cool. And now we just got this new Mandalorian shit, which obviously we know Mark has his gripes with it.
that shit
Um,
slaps,
it
fam.
was right overall,
What?
to
Huh?
majority of people. This show is very good, and it is. It's something new, something refreshing for Star
Well,
Wars fans. But and
not very
whatever
good.
whatever they decide to do now in the future,
Right.
if they get good writing, good directing, you're
Yeah.
in a
I
galaxy
need
far,
that.
far away. You're in a galaxy far, far away. You are going to get, you can do an like there's an abundance. There's a field that you could play in. Like you can do whatever you want because of how vast the Star Wars universe is. So whatever they decide to do with it, like Ariel always says, I'm starting to love this. Make it good. That's all.
Exactly. Yeah.
Make it good. Like, but so we probably won't be getting Star Wars content for a little while. We'll probably get a couple news here and there about the um Obi-Wan show.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. At least for the movie side and the TV show side, we'll be more a
right,
bit consistent with news.
exactly.
But yeah,
And we so we can talk about
Birds
right
of Prey
now.
after the commercial.
Oh wow, I forgot
Yeah.
we had to do commercial. All right, let's do that.
Yo,
Do me a favor, please. Yeah. Go to commercial.
yeah, we back.
We back.
Yeah,
Cool. So yeah, Birds of Prey is the first movie that we are getting in terms of comics, and that we'll obviously do a podcast on that. When is the date again? It's in February 7th. I'm really surprised there hasn't been a second trailer for it yet, which
For what?
Birds of
Birds
Prey.
of Prey.
I think another one's dropping this week.
There has to be definitely something dropping this month, but
You heard it here first,
nonetheless,
guys.
they've been dropping. Yes, you heard it first. Nonetheless, they've been dropping a lot of TV spots and a lot of promotional art. I think, regardless of how it does critically, it'll do well in the box office. Just
I'm
because
not sure.
No, I'm on JB's side there because uh, like I know Suicide Squad didn't break 1 billion, but it did. I
it it profited OD because also of
Joker.
the album, the Joker. Yeah.
Yeah,
Speaking of
Will
which,
Smith.
Will Smith, Margot Robbie, who especially is blowing up even more now. I heard she was amazing in Bombshell. I
I
heard she
heard
was
the whole the movie was not that good though. I didn't watch it though,
chill,
obviously.
chill,
But
chill, chill, chill. My three wifeys are in that, so I'm definitely gonna watch it. Margot, Charlize, Nicole Kidman. Oh yeah, mwah.
shout out to Kate.
Yo, shout out to my girlfriend Kayla. I love you so much.
uh,
So yeah, back to Birds of Prey. No, Margot confirmed Jared Leto won't appear as the Joker in Birds of Prey.
Oh
So
man, shit. Oh,
no, no,
fuck,
no, no.
bro.
Listen.
I think he got a
Listen,
bad
listen.
rap. Yeah, people
If it,
didn't give
if
him a good chance.
if it wasn't confirmed that he wasn't coming back, I think this puts the icing on the cake. Because if there was a movie for him to come back, I think it would be this one, but I guess not.
Yeah, he's probably done.
Um, Also, another reason why I think it's going to do well is because of Ewan McGregor. I
Hello
think
there.
yeah, a lot of people are going to be hyped to see him. And
That guy's a vampire, bro.
Hello there.
He doesn't age. Yo, every time Mark says that shit, I crack.
the the only complaints I've heard so far for this movie are A, why is it a Birds of Prey movie when it just seems like it's focusing on Harley Quinn, which is understandable,
What's that? What's that title say? Harley Quinn and the Emancipation of the Birds of Prey.
well, Birds of
Oh,
Prey and the Emancipation of Harley Quinn. But yeah,
same shit.
right,
Regardless, Harley Quinn is they literally distinguish her from the Birds of Prey.
right.
So
There's
as
that.
you
So
would
right
say,
there, that's a
hold my
spoiler.
grip.
It's not a team up movie.
It is a team of movie.
No, I'm just saying because it says the emancipation.
Right.
So
She want to go solo anyway.
From yeah, exactly. From the trailers or from the TV spots, the action looks incredible. Like it looks like really, it looks like it's just gonna be a fun time. And I talked about this in the chat with you guys. I'm not going in there looking for a deeper understanding of this movie. I'm not going in there looking at like BVS, right? I'm going in there and looking at it as a really, really upgraded Suicide Squad, a better written Suicide Squad. That's what I wanted to add. And it is directed by Kathy Yan, a woman. So shout out to her. DC with female leads and female directors are one for one. So they're batting 1,000 guys. I'm confident it'll do well. Just because people are shitting on it, I think it's gonna do well. Number two, another reason why people are shitting on it is because they're not comic accurate. They don't have their comic suits, yada yada yada. Half of the MCU villains don't have their comic accurate suits, but nobody bitched, and some of them were still dope as fuck. Baron Zemo, nowhere near close to his comic suit. He didn't even have a suit. My son just looked like he was going to his 9 to 5 job
Yeah,
every
he
day.
had the LL Bean on. He had the LL
So it's
Bean
like
fit.
exactly. And dope actor, dope portrayal, and he's finally gonna get his comic suit now in the TV show, which is coming out what 4 years later. So y'all need to stop bitching. Y'all are legit just bitching because it's a DCEU movie. Some of y'all are just bitching because it's just all females. And some of y'all are just bitching to bitch. Hold my grip. Stop hating.
yeah, I definitely do think it's getting a little like or a lot of hate for like a very little amount of footage that's been released. I mean, you can't say that it's been spoilery. You can't really say that. I don't know. It's just
Bro,
like
you remember that 20-second? It wasn't clips. It was literally just the actors.
oh my
It
god,
was
don't get
In
me
the
just
started on
photo
that shit.
shoot.
Don't get me started on that shit, dude.
yeah, people are like,
I've never wanted to fight people so much in my life.
Nah, yeah, you let him get to you then.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Oh.
But it was just ugly, dude. I was looking at their comments and I was like, ew.
it's
Like
toxic. It really just is
it
toxic.
really is.
No other word to describe.
Word. I needed to get a hazmat suit on and shit.
Oh, yeah, he had
But
to put a hat on, man.
but yo,
Yeah.
yeah, that comes out in a month, yo. That comes out in a month. I'm sure in probably 2 weeks or in a week. This is what they're gonna do. The trailer's gonna drop, and right after you're gonna see tickets now available on Fandango. That's probably what we're
And
gonna
then we're
see.
gonna get a super spoilery trailer for the Super Bowl, because that's what always happens.
Or a TV spot probably. Speaking of which, we are getting a sneak peek of Black Widow on next Monday. an exclusive look at the national championship college football game for those that want to tune in.
Dope.
If not, we'll post a trailer on our page. He said no. Um,
For what again?
Black Widow.
Black Widow, an exclusive look at the from on the national football game for college football.
No,
Oh.
thank you.
But so that will be the first movie that we will be watching for 2020 in terms of comic books. Yeah, man, I'm excited. It's gonna be a good year for comic movies, at least in my eyes. And a lot of content for us to talk about, whether it's good or bad, so we can either praise it or shit on it, however way we choose. So I'm excited for that. The Rock, although he's always been training, he's training even harder. He's the only one out of the Shazam family that doesn't need to wear a padded suit because he is already jacked as fuck.
Fucking ox.
Fam, that dude is literally like I've never seen somebody exemplify their fucking name or their nickname.
Yeah,
The
literally
Rock.
the Rock.
Nigga is walking Geo dude, bro. Like that's insane.
But what I wanted to say about that is, and like I don't know why I was when because he posted a couple of pictures of him training, and he said there's a new hierarchy in the DC universe. That shit got me so hype. Just because not even the fact in terms of the DC universe, just the fact that The Rock, you say what you want about his acting. I know people have their gripes with his acting,
Yeah.
but this dude, to me, and probably to a lot of other people, is the most accomplished celebrity in the world right now, without a doubt. I think, in terms of what he's doing in movies, he had his TV show Ballers. He
Yeah,
has
no,
a TV,
his fan base shows out. No
Yeah,
matter
and they're
what
not
he
toxic
does,
either.
they show out. Exactly. That's
Exactly.
They're not
another thing that
toxic
I love
either.
about them is that they really don't. Yeah, like they're just not toxic. Like I don't remember the last time I've went into his comment section or any of his movies comment sections and saw like some blatant dumbass toxicity. Like, like it's really great. Honestly, I fuck with it.
Not
Yeah.
only that dude is entertaining, man. He's an entertainer.
He seems
I
like
used-
a dope guy. Honestly,
Nah,
I
legit.
used to-
if
I used to
ever meet
love-
him, I'm gonna cry. Straight up.
for
Yeah.
real.
I used to love wrestling. I used to love the WWE, and just every time I would watch old clips because I wasn't there for like the beginning of his career, like at his peak.
Oh,
But when I used to
God.
watch old clips, bro,
You guys missed
no
out.
one it was better on the mic. Nobody was better on the mic than he was. He was the best MC
Yeah.
there was in the WWE.
No, straight up.
Nobody.
Like,
He was
yeah.
untouchable.
Like you couldn't roast this dude. You couldn't like do like the I guess the
Nothing.
script that of the character that he, especially the character that he added to it.
Right.
Because we obviously guys we know it's entertainment, so they put on a show.
It's fake. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
But like there were times that I would be so upset knowing that he had a very important match that night, and if I wasn't home yet, dude, oh,
Hurry up, Mom. Hurry up.
I'm running away.
I'm
Put me
running
up for
away.
adoption. If I don't get
But,
home in time for
Dude,
SmackDown.
every time this dude just was on the mic, the crowd, like he literally his saying was he's the most electrifying man in sports entertainment, and it was true by a mile. And it's the same thing now. Even in his movies, people go and watch his movies
because of him.
he's
Yep.
because of him. Like Jumanji, like first of all, the first Jumanji is a great movie. I haven't watched the sequel yet, but that shit is killing the box office. The Hobbs and Shaw movie that people were like, oh, why is this even necessary? But I think that shit almost hit if it didn't hit $1 billion, it was real close to it.
Mhm.
And
Did really well in the
It's-
box office.
right. So this guy he's just walking, talking moneymaker. Like
Yeah.
for any of his movies.
And it's not even
So-
about that either. Like he's basically like the humblest successful dude I've ever seen. Like
Yeah,
when
without a
it-
doubt.
Yeah, when it comes to just coming off like that's why I like him for Black Adam, because I think he can sell the look, whether he can sell me taking
acting.
whatever his motive is like for the plot,
Mhm.
like for the film, whether he can convince me that like yeah, I could see why you would do this, why you're evil and stuff. Like I hope that is compelling, at least however they want to write it. I just think it's better for
Right.
looks for now, because yeah, we know how. Like I'm gonna even keep it a buck. Like I love the Rock, man. Like that's my guy. But his acting is kind of flat. Like you know what I'm saying. Like there's been a couple movies here and there where I'm like, all right, he got into his bag there. Like
Yeah, there was one movie where he
Gridiron Gang, bro. He got into
that-
his bag in that movie.
but it was more recent. He was dealing with it was sort of like a Kong style movie.
Oh,
Shit.
Rampage.
His acting in that, I loved his acting in that.
You
I think
deadass.
he killed that. What?
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, go watch it. It's a great movie. But not yet. So it's like to have an actor like that, and like we mentioned before, all these other actors, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Pine, Ben Affleck, Henry now up and coming. In the world that we live in and we live, breathe, and we talk about every day, it's awesome to see a guy like The Rock being a part of that too, and dedicated to his role.
I think it took
nonetheless.
too long, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
What?
think I think The Rock being casted in any comic book, anything has taken too long.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking
Even-
about the movie. I was
No,
about to be
no,
like, what?
No. Black Adam is
Like-
doing
I was about to
fine.
violate.
And no. I would never shit on proper production. Like if they're slated for 2021,
I think he's also an executive producer. Sorry to cut you off.
even
of that
even
movie.
better, even better.
I was about to say, Black Widow. That's it. See you later.
Wait, why? Because I was gonna
Because of movies that have taken too long to be made.
Oh yeah.
But that's
sure.
not what you were saying. You were
No,
just
no,
saying
no,
it took
no.
too long to cast him in a role.
Yeah, I just think it took like they missed a couple.
I mean, but who would he play in Marvel? You know,
I don't know.
I mean, actually, who would he play besides
Black Adam.
like Black Adam? Honestly, I don't know.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. The look, he has that down pat. Like
He has like the look it's insane.
Yeah. He
It's
doesn't have
uncanny.
to grow hair or anything, which is lit.
Yeah. Well, no, doesn't Black Adam have that little like fucking weird ass hair?
Like Widow's Peak.
Like yeah, it's like the
Yeah,
ultimate widow's peak.
shave it,
But it's
shave
also
it.
combined with like a fucking fade. It's like super strange.
The Rock used to have that, so he could just grow that shit back. Probably.
No, that dude has no hair left in his head. I think
Word.
that dude sweats so much, his hair probably just sweated out. Like it was just like, all right, we out of here.
Yeah, dude. Every time he makes a fucking video on his Instagram from his gym, it's like fucking. He is fucking drenched in sweat, dude. It's like fucking insane.
He motivates me, man. Need to get back to the gym. But
Yeah, I look at
No,
my
Hopefully,
yoga
he doesn't
mat and I'm
motivate
just
you
like,
that
nah.
well. Dude, it's nice.
Nah, that's my guy though.
Okay.
He motivates me to stay on the wave, man. He's a chill dude, bro. Shout out to him.
No, yeah, dude. I watch interviews with him and Kevin Hart, dude. It's so funny. Both of them together
They're
are
legit
fucking
friends.
phenomenal.
They're legit friends. That's
Oh
another
yeah,
thing-
absolutely.
That's another thing that excites me about like him being like that's why I said that they took too long to bring him in, because had he be casted in any of these films, production wise, a lot would have been different from a business standpoint. Picture The Rock in the MCU. You think that Tom Holland deal will fall through? Hell no. Spider-Man would have that shit would have been sealed. You know why? Because his charisma combined with Robert Downey Jr.'s pull, bro. Come on, man. Nobody's leaving anything if he gets casted in that. And now that DC, and basically DC just basically threw their jersey on him, so it's over. Like in terms of business, I think he's gonna smoke whatever he does with Black Adam. In terms of getting it
Yeah.
done, how good it is, that's all that matters to me.
right. If I were him, if Black Adam's successful, and if Warner Brothers hasn't done it by then, he should go up to them and be like, yo, Man of Steel 2. That's all I'm gonna say. Get it done. He just raises his eyebrows.
So yo,
like,
He does the smolder.
Yeah, and he's like, or I'll come back in here. I'll come back in here and lay the smacker down on your candy ass. just pulls a
He's gonna
typical
go
rock
in,
line.
he's gonna go into he's gonna go into Warner Brothers like, all right, jabronis.
Jabronis.
he
It
looks at
doesn't
the
matter
CEO.
what you think.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say. The CEO, but goes. He goes to the CEO. Yo, how's your day,
Rock,
man?
I think.
It doesn't matter what you think.
But
Yo, this is gonna be fun. You know why? Because I could totally see Black Adam having a scene where Kevin Hart plays like a character in that universe or something.
It's like a cameo. Yeah, they joked around with that on the press tour for Jumanji too. He was like, yeah, like what would be your like a sidekick that Kevin Hart could be, and he gave like some and Kevin Hart gave some like funny answers and shit.
Oh man, like that's what I'm saying. Like also tying into my point about him being involved business wise with either of the studios. Like he brings like I legit feel like when he, all right, this might be a hot take. I don't know for you Fast and Furious fans out there. I don't know, but I think that when he came in Fast 5, like the franchise just got revitalized. Like it was just like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah,
I mean, clearly
that's an absolute fact.
Yeah,
character.
Yeah, you know what I'm
It's an
saying.
absolute fact.
Like bringing Hobbs in, and I'm just like, oh, like it didn't feel like the same like kind of franchise anymore. But yeah, because we know the street racing and stuff. It was based off of that.
Right.
Yeah, but it evolved into bank robbing and all this other shit.
It
like
evolved. Yeah, of course it evolved, but at least they changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, how many fucking movies you want about street racing, dude? If you really want to,
exactly.
like, so at least in terms of what he probably helped produce out of that, that's lit. And on top of that, at least he tried to be extremely close with the cast. Like we know that him and Tyrese don't fuck with each other. We know that
And Vin Diesel and
him and Diesel at one point didn't fuck with each other, but now they're cool.
But low key, Ariel, that goes to your point where Vin and Tyrese, like they've been there from the jump, and now this dude comes in, and he gets his own spin-off. So dude's just like, what the fuck? Like
Fam.
This dude just got here.
So
yeah,
what?
but they
Ride
gotta
the wave.
understand. They gotta
realistic.
understand. Yeah,
I'm the Rock.
Yeah, ride the
I'm
wave,
the fucking
bro.
Rock.
you're fucking Charles Oakley playing with fucking Michael Jordan.
Wow, that's
And-
OD, yo.
That's what it is. No
Nah, but
disrespect.
It's true, dude.
No
Like, come on,
disrespect.
man.
Charles Oakley was still a great player, but guess what? You're playing with fucking Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jeffrey Jordan gonna smoke y'all.
That's gonna take he's gonna take the shots. He's gonna get the deals. He's gonna get all this other shit. That's like my best comparison.
Exactly.
It's
And
like, come on.
in
You
terms
have to
of
know who you're playing with.
Exactly. In terms of star presence, dude, come on. Like Vin, to me, like Vin Diesel again, great in the Fast and Furious series. I love him in that. He's great. Hate him in Triple X.
Oh God,
I don't hate him, but like come on, fam. Like,
that movie's just bad.
Yeah, don't. And
Don't.
and then to me,
I love how you said before. Yeah, I've never said don't watch a movie,
yeah.
and you just said it. Don't.
Don't.
No. I don't mean don't watch any of his
yeah.
films. I'm just saying like don't act like you bigger than The Rock, bro. Like you can't. do that.
Okay.
That's what I meant by that.
But
Like come on, like he's Baby Groot, but to me, like the two characters that I feel more like most compelled by is Baby Groot or Groot in general.
Wow.
I'm talking about from Vin Diesel.
I know, but wow.
Like
because he literally says 3 things.
Yeah, that's why I'm shocked that you just said
no, but the
that.
thing
I
is
think-
that
I think
no, but you got to
hot take.
also give him props. You got to also give him props. He recorded all the different ways to say Groot. I am Groot in all his languages.
Okay.
That's lit.
I can
Now,
literally do that right now.
Now I get it.
But that's also not a reason for him to hate on The Rock. I'm just saying that Vin doesn't really have a high stat sheet for me. And Tyrese, like, fam, your music slaps.
Come on.
Come on, bro.
Whoa.
What?
No, nothing.
No.
I forgot he makes music. I always forget that.
Well, guys, nonetheless, I think DC Universe is in good hands. Oh,
Wait,
whoa,
by who
whoa, whoa,
exactly?
whoa!
By who exactly?
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
What happened?
What was that noise?
I don't know.
All right.
Nah, but I don't know whose hands is the DC universe in exactly.
Well, it's in the rocks now. If it wasn't
Just
before, it is
threw it
now.
on him.
Yep. No, but what I mean by that is, although the lineup I sent you guys, this is the last point I want to make. The lineup I sent you guys of the DCU EU, not EU. I'm just gonna say DC, the worlds of DC Universe movies. You know, Birds of Prey,
Yeah, I know
Wonder
what we
Woman
mean.
this year, right? Right. Although everyone's fucking completely confused of what's going on, um, their lineup still looks pretty legit.
Heat.
You know, Shazam 2, Aquaman 2, The Flash, hopefully,
Hopefully, yeah.
Black Adam, the Batman. You know, so hopefully, I pray to God release the Snyder Cut. Even if they don't follow up with whatever Zack Snyder has done, just release that for me. That's all I really want.
That's the
So
problem, though. I think
on
that's
that
their
note,
main
I'm
point
out.
of hesitation.
Right? Is that they'll release
It's like
this and then the
everyone's
continuity.
gonna be like, "Oh
But
my
bro,
god, this is dumb lit. What's next?"
the
Yeah,
continuity's fucked anyway, though, dude. So it's like, might as well just drop it.
that's not a good.
but
That's still not
but
a good reason to
if
drop it.
no, but here's my
Like,
thing: if they do eventually drop it, like they're bringing Zach back on. It's not like they're gonna do this and be like, "Thanks, Zach, for everything." Like goodbye. Um, no, what I was saying was, although the continuity's fucked. Uh,
she's like, "Shut the fuck up, go to sleep."
All right, let's wrap this up, guys.
all right,
Yeah, yeah. She's like, "Shut the fuck up, go to sleep."
all right.
All
Yeah,
right, let's go. Come on,
last
really
thing I
quickly.
wanted to say, you know, even though they already fucked up the continuity, right? So might as well just release this shit. And but what I was gonna say is they wouldn't just release it without hiring Zach back. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna keep. I feel if they do release it, it's because they hired him to do other projects. Like I think he is already on Wonder Woman 84 as an executive producer. So I think he'll still be tied in, and they'll find a way to connect everything, which they don't have to, in my opinion. You know, just let it be. You fucked up already. Just like Ariel says, just make a good movie. And I'm ending it on that note.